The house was haunted when she bought it. In fact, that was her attraction to the place. The wiring was out of code, there was a pinprick leak in the main drain plumbing, and there were no overhead lights installed anywhere in the house. It was 75 years old, unmodified, remote. The only telephone was on a pole near the street, and haunted. With all those detractors, the price was unbeatable. Maggie moved into her new old house as soon as the papers were signed. She brought some clothing, food, some bottled water, and a few other things. After she ate, she cuddled up on the floor with a quilt. At midnight, the ghost started walking through the upstairs. Crying as he entered each room, he called out a woman's name. Maggie heard him coming down the stairs toward the living room, so she sat cross-legged and waited for him. She turned on her portable lantern. His face looked young, but he was almost 20 when he died. His hair was long, and he wore small round eyeglasses. Tears streaked his face. Maggie called him by name. "Tim." Startled, the ghost spun around and glared at her. "I know who you're looking for," she said. "I have some pictures for you." They were in a stack next to her quilt, which fell open as she reached over, exposing her t-shirt and undies. The ghost continued to glare. Maggie held up a photo. "Here's Doreen at your funeral." Then another. "Here's Doreen at her wedding." The ghost shook for a moment, and then tears flowed from his cheeks. He came closer to peer at the photograph. "Doreen?" he asked. "That's right, Tim. After you committed suicide, she chickened out. That's why you can't find her. She got married about 6 months later." He screamed. "She moved on, Tim. She moved on from your relationship, and she moved on from this earth. Here is a picture of her gravestone next to her husband's." He stopped screaming, but the tears didn't stop. "You're stuck here in limbo. You can't leave because you can't find the other half of your suicide pact. She's in heaven, and you are not allowed to go there." Maggie put the photos down. "I'm all you have." Sobbing, the ghost crumbled to the floor. Maggie watched him for a while, then curled up with her quilt and fell asleep to the sound of his sobs. Maggie finally had what she wanted. Someone who would never leave her.